Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all come on in the room now. Come on in the room. Look who's here. Come on now. Our beautiful friend, our co-partner here on these YouTube streets. The divas in the house. And y'all know when the divas in the house, y'all about to get healed.
Mm.
Come on now, you about to get healed.
Hey,
Welcome
Bianca.
Welcome back to the Juice Radio Talk Show. Listen, our collaboration with the greatest content creator out here now, the greatest diva from Chronicles of Gray Hair Diva. We're about to help y'all. Come on in the room. Call your girlfriends, call your friends, call your mamas, your aunties, and them, and tell them we about to help the ladies. Now, y'all come on in the room. I'm gonna play this intro. We're gonna be right back.
Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back in the room. Welcome back, you guys. This is one of my favorite segments here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show where we do part of our collaborations. And I love this lady right here on the screen, y'all. I love her, love her, love her. This is Diva from the Chronicles of Gray Hair Diva. Her channel is amazing. And if y'all have not subscribed, y'all missing out. And I know y'all don't want to miss out on nothing now. Y'all don't want to miss out. So go over there to her channel, The Chronicles of Gray Hair Diva. We're going to put her information in the chats here. But listen, Diva and I are collaborating because not only do we really like each other and like each other's channels, love, love, love helping all of you. So Diva comes from the professional aspect of the medical industry. I come from the social industry where I just like to share all the good news. And we just brought those two worlds together. And we're going to help the ladies out here. How about we help the ladies today, Diva?
Let's just help everybody and listen, y'all out there. Please let the people know we're live right now. We're going to give it to you quick. We're going to be in and out. But tell the people to come on in the building and get a word from us today about keeping ourselves healthy because health is wealth.
Health is wealth, you guys. It is. Now, y'all saw the headline up here. Now, you know, I was being a little shady, Diva.
It's all good. It's all good, right?
But you know, this Sweet Tea being on Merit to Medicine and her talking about her fibroids, this has really brought this conversation to the forefront.
Yes.
And so it is needed to have because a lot of women had so much to say about it. And a lot of ladies don't know a lot about it. But listen, if you are around long enough, you will eventually hear of fibroids. And so I thought it would be great for us to have the conversation because like a lot of people, they were like, Sweet Tea, she should have known that she had it. I knew she knew, vice versa. Well, we're going to make sure you know. We're going to make sure you know the information you need to know. And we're also going to discuss the signs that you need to look for and just overall health. So, Diva, thank you again for being here so very much. Again, appreciate you so very much. Let's get in here and help out the ladies, girl. I'm excited. I'm going to let you go ahead. And I'm going to pull up some information.
I'm glad you actually added that, right? Because it's a good conversation to start with. People are 10 toes down that she should have known, right? But how many of us don't know until we know? How many of us don't know what's really going on with our body until we get to the doctor? We was like, yeah, I had that pain on the side. It went away. It came. It went. I took some Tylenol. I took some ibuprofen. I didn't think nothing of it. How many of us think that? Until it is time probably for you to have a baby, procreate, get with a family. Why would you know? Because when you're growing up, your family tells you as a female that is just your rite of passage, right? You're going to have cramps. You got to deal with them. Some people last longer than others. Some their time when they having that time in the month. Some people have 2 days. Some people have a week. Some people flow heavy. Some people flow light. So that's what you are told growing up. So why would you think that anything you're going through is so unusual when you speak to your fellow, sisters, cousins, uncles, or friends or whatever? They'll tell you, oh, my girl, mine only lasts for 2 days. And then somebody, no, girl, when mine come, before it comes, I got a headache, I got cramps, I got this. After it comes, I'm still dealing with it. So why would she just have to be 10 toes down that she knew that she had these fibroids and that they was going to, cause this much havoc in her life? So that's what I want to say about that in terms of her. But I'm glad the conversation, they brought the conversation to the table over there at Married to Medicine, because it's given us an opportunity to have this conversation with everybody. And I would say this in terms of the conversation. The best thing I can say to everybody is go for your preventative care to every single provider possible. Even if you don't wear glasses, once a year, you should go to the eye doctor.
Oh, come on, teach them.
Even if you are the healthiest of the healthiest, once a year, you should go to your primary care physician and get your annual exam. If you're female, we got other stuff to add to that. If you are in that age bracket, you need to go for your yearly mammogram. If you got a family history, you speak to your doctor, maybe you need to go more often if you do a mammogram, right? Or you may need to go earlier than the recommended age, because they have a recommended age in which you should get your mammogram, but maybe your circumstances are different because 10 people in your family might have died or suffered with breast cancer. So now maybe you need to go more often. But the only way to know these things is to go to a doctor and find out these things. And when you go to the doctor, you got to tell the truth. The same thing with your teeth. You got to go for your cleanings every 6 months.
6 months, y'all.
Every 6 months. Yeah. And if you happen to have a dental insurance that covers you getting your cleanings more often, I say utilize them. So my dental insurance, I can go 3 times a year, and I have my dentist schedule it and squeeze it in that I get my teeth cleaned 3 times a year. Utilize your benefits, right? You got to utilize your benefits that you have, so that and preventative care is about, if you do have something, let's catch it early on, so that the disease progression is not so far down the road that we can't save you.
That's right. Now that's the part, and it's so important. And Diva, I also want to say, I know you mentioned like the women when they have the cycle, sometimes some run heavy, some run flow light. But you guys, fibroids does not just hit when you're during your menstrual time. It does not only hit to that. It can also come about in your latter years.
Yes, it can.
I can testify, because that's when mine came.
Oh.
That's when mine came. Mine came when I was already, past that time of all those. It was cycling. It was not low. It was not heavy. It was just done. and that's when I was diagnosed with fibroids. And I was like, that's it. And here's the thing, Diva. A lot of people don't know the signs to look for. And sometimes we'll take, because women, we take pain a lot better than most men, I'm going to say. And sometimes we'll just say, oh, that's just a simple backache or side ache or whatever. It'll go away, like you said earlier. But you guys, I had the symptom and didn't even realize, and I was equating my symptom to something else. Because my husband and I travel so much, we're in the car a lot and everything, long drives and everything. I was having these really bad backaches and the lower swell of my back.
Wow.
And so I was equating it to the car rides. And I was telling my husband, we got to get better lumbar in the car seat or something. Give me a pillow or something. And I went to the doctor because I said, well, this is a bit much, because when I got out of the car and sat down at the hotel and sitting down to eat, it was hurting so bad. And I said, well, this is strange. So me, who would check in with a doctor, even if the one finger is hurting, I would check in. I checked in. And the doctor said, let me run a series of tests. And that's when they found out it was fibroids.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Really? And that's when my education began. And I mean, we're talking over, I was over 50 at the time.
Wow.
So, so women, I want you to pay attention to the signs, because thank you, Holy Spirit, your body will tell you when something is wrong.
That's facts.
It will tell you when something is wrong. So you got to start listening to it. Stop telling your body, hush, you okay. And stop trying to tell your body what is going on. Let your body tell you what's going on.
Yes, that's you know what? I love that. I
Yes.
love that. Stop ignoring your body. Your body is made to heal itself, but your body will talk to you and say, "Listen, I had enough. I can't save you no more. You do something. Save me. Help me save you." Yes. This is hurting for a reason. This is red for a reason.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You're feeling this for a reason. That's really good advice. Listen to your body. Listen to your mind. You were designed by God.
Yes.
To always know and not have to wonder that it's time for you to seek help.
Yes. It's just like the buttons in your car, the dashboard. When something's wrong with the car, it'll start giving you ding, ding, ding. First it'll light up. It'll light up.
Yes, it
It
will.
may go away for a little bit, but then it may come back and you're like,
Yes, it
okay,
will.
you better start paying attention. And then eventually it'll start dinging, maybe ding, 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 ding. And then eventually, you know what will happen to that car? If you don't pay attention to it and fix it, it'll shut down.
It shut down. You better see, that was a good analogy. It's going to shut down and you're going to be on the side of the road somewhere waiting for AAA or somebody.
Laying up, waiting for somebody to come tow you away. Come on now.
Right.
So
yes, I love that.
If a car can tell you when it's sick, your body is going to tell you when you're sick. So it will thank you, Holy Spirit. It'll give you warning signs before. So the warning signs are like, okay, if you fix me now, we could be good.
Yes.
If you keep waiting, it's going to be more. And you know how it is when you let things go with that car, the more cost it is, the more damage, thank you, Holy Spirit, it does to that car. The same thing with your body. So that's why we have to start paying attention when the first signs come in. And don't be afraid to go to the doctor. Don't be like, I was just here Tuesday and I'm back again this Wednesday. Go if that's what you need to do. If that's what you need to do. And those of you who are afraid to go, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to turn it back over to Diva. Those of you who are afraid to go to the doctor, go with a friend.
Yeah.
Call a friend, say, listen, I want to go to the doctor. I don't want to go by myself. As we mentioned, Married to Medicine before, y'all see a lot of them, they go to the doctor together. Yes. They may grab one of the ladies and say, come with me. Do it. It is important. It's imperative. And wouldn't you like to be holding the hand of your friend who's there instead of never being able to hold your friend's hand again?
Oh, I love that. Oh, my goodness.
Come on now.
I love that.
Yes, Diva. Let's help the people, girl.
No, I love your analogy. That is the perfect analogy with the car.
Mm-hmm.
Because your car will give you warning signs. I know them plenty of times. But you know what? I am the queen of a doctor too. And honey, I'm not ashamed. I will live in an urgent care center. You're going to find out. Okay. I had one time I broke a glass in my home. And I thought I swept it all up in my kitchen. And then I was walking barefoot. I stepped in a little tiny piece. I could see it. I couldn't get that thing on my foot. I Googled on YouTube because YouTube will tell you everything. So get this, and it'll rise to the top and just magically come out. Honey, I did all that. I said, no, I'm calling the foot doctor. I went right to that doctor and he scraped, and it came out. And I said, okay, thank you. Here go my copay. Listen, doctors exist for a reason.
Yes,
they do. Doctors, and if you don't like the answer from one doctor, go to another one.
That part.
Yeah, go to another one. But if you go to 3 doctors and they're all telling you the same thing, sit down, pray, because you're just not ready to hear it. The message is the message.
The message is the message. You better tell them.
The message is the message.
That's right. G-Mom 4, tell her.
Okay, G-Mom 4. Yeah, the message is the message, and you got to listen and hear the message. And you know what? Because Juice and I are going to collaborate. We committed to at least once a month because we're both busy. But I will say this: we're going to find a nutritional expert because a lot of problems that we have, and we hate to hear this, but we're going to tell you the truth today. It's the foods that we eating.
Bingo.
It's the foods that we eating.
Bingo.
And we, especially in the African American community, we are killing ourselves with some of these foods and traditions that we have. And I'm not saying you can't have the traditions, but we got to find out a healthier way to do it. If you think way back in the day when our ancestors started with this food, a lot of the ingredients were coming from their backyards, from their gardens, right? It's a difference if I make something with all natural ingredients than if I make something with all of these ingredients that they put in all of this nonsense into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I grow my own chickens, and I know I'm not saying we can, but y'all understand what I'm saying. That's getting the eggs fresh out of my own chicken versus the chicken that they're pumping with antibiotics and everything else so they can mass produce. And we're getting all of this stuff. We got antibiotics in the eggs, in the milk, in the chicken, and our body is like, I can't take it no more.
Right. And our bodies, thank you, Holy Spirit, our bodies weren't designed
That part.
to take on all that stuff. God created us to be able to live off the land, and our bodies can go through a lot, but eventually it'll be like rejecting, because it's like, that's not what I was designed to intake. That's not what was designed to come in me.
Right.
Or you putting too much of that in me.
Right.
You know, so your body will help you to try and regulate yourself, but you got to listen to your body. And like Diva said, we got to get back to eating right.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people out here, a lot of corporations, they mass produce these things. They really want to try and get the big money. And sometimes they think they're helping, but we've got to pay attention to our bodies and let our bodies determine what is supposed to go in it. You know, live by your mind of knowing what is right to eat instead of what your mouth want to put in it. Come on now. Don't let one override it. No.
Right. And listen, and pray over your food.
Always.
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 That's so important.
Yes. So
That's
even if it's unbeknownst to you, that's something crazy in there, let God cover you.
Always. Come on.
Before everything. You in your everything. I do have a video if we want to introduce that now.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, let me present here.
Yes, and I'll bring it up over here. I love it. Thank y'all for being so nice in the comments, sharing all of this. I see all the comments here. Y'all are, yes, juicing is real good, G-Mom. I love juicing too.
Yes.
Juicing is really good. Hey, Minister Deborah Davis. Hey.
Okay.
All right. There you go, Dee. You can run it on your side, right?
Yeah, I got to play. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Today, we begin this hour with National Wear Red Day, and we are wearing red to raise awareness of women's heart health. More than 60 million women in this country are living with some form of heart disease. It is the leading cause of death among women in the U.S., killing more than 300,000 every single year. Yet only about half of the women in the United States are even aware of the risks. CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook joins us. Good morning. I think it's important to note, as you did before we started talking on air, the rates have decreased over the last 20 years, but yet and still, a lot of women are dying from heart disease. Why is that?
Yeah, well, I think it's a dangerous misconception that heart disease is somehow exclusively a male disease, right? Pointed out it's the #1 killer in women. There's a reason why we're wearing red today, and that's to bring attention to this. Because attention and understanding translates to save lives.
Yeah. And when you think about the information that you have, we know some of the risks involved, you know, whether you're overweight, if you have diabetes. Can you talk about that, but also explain why so many women are dying of heart disease?
Well, you know, the risk factors we've been all talking about, and you can't talk about them enough because intervening, as you said, has led to a decrease in mortality from heart disease. But, you know, we have to keep remembering the numbers. So what's your blood pressure? High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, obesity, inactivity, and access to care is another thing where, you know, you have to be able to actually see a doctor, right? A clinician.
Is there a certain screening women should ask for specifically or at a certain age? You know, because we talk about mammograms and knowing that after, you know, 35, 40 years old, you need to start checking. But what can I do personally to make sure that my heart is in good shape?
I love that you bring that up because it's not something where you want to wait until you have symptoms and then say, okay, now I'm going to really, you know, get into it. This should be a lifelong thing. So from birth, you want to have healthy habits, right? You want to try to be the right weight. As you start to be seen by clinicians, you want to know what your numbers are. You want to make sure your blood pressure, because, you know, high blood pressure is silent very often. So you want to know those numbers. You want to make sure you're not diabetic. You want to make sure your lipids are okay. There are things you can do.
And you mentioned birth. What about heart-related complications during pregnancy, what can women do?
Well, pregnancy is a big stress test, right?
You're right.
I mean, you wouldn't run a marathon and say, like the day before, all right, I'm going to start training now.
Yeah.
So you want to go in there with good health, and part of that means, again, access to care, making sure that you know your numbers, that you're the right weight. This has been a problem, and especially there's an increased mortality during pregnancy in black women, and it's a problem that's been addressed, but sporadically and not well enough. And the reasons for it are multifactorial. It's social determinants of health. If you don't have access to good housing and good food and access to care, and then on top of that, of course, we know there's implicit bias, and these all combine to increase mortality for black women.
So, let's encourage people to take action here, right? Get involved. You can lower your risk, and one of the ways is to get active. A lot of people say, I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, whatever. What's a tip to get people off the couch and out there?
So here's my tip. People don't like to tell my patients, as you know, I do internal medicine, NGI. Who wants to go to a gym? Okay, there are people who like to do that, but why don't you sort of have a hack to do exercise? So if you're commuting to work, how about commuting 10 blocks before work and then walk? If you're taking the elevator to the 22nd floor, take it 7 floors under that and walk.
Okay, a little hack.
So make it so that you're not saying, okay, now I have to do exercise. Exercise just part and parcel of just how you live your life.
Really quickly, what should people know if they hear fatigue, or what is a sign?
Okay, so in women still, most common cause of a heart attack in terms of symptom, you have chest pain and shortness of breath. However, there are some more atypical symptoms like nausea and vomiting and fatigue and maybe radiation of pain to your jaw or your back or some other area.
I had a grandmother that used to walk for heart health, but would smoke a cigarette while doing so.
Stop smoking! Thank you for reminding me that. No smoking.
No smoking. She's no longer with us a long time ago.
It's one of the big reasons for the drop is the decline in smoking and control of all these risk factors.
She was enjoying her life, though. Dr. Janlapuk, thank you very much.
Oh my God, thank you
so much, Diva. That was so informative. I love it. And heart is really, heart healthiness is really one of the big factors that women really have to pay more attention to, because we tend to do more stressing on our bodies, and the stress that we have in our lives tend to put more stress on the heart. Would that be an accurate statement, Diva?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The woman is like the core of a household, right? We typically, and not to say that men don't help, but we typically keep that household together, making sure it's clean. But in addition to doing all it and making sure the children are good, if you're still raising the children or whatever you have going on, the female is usually the head of that household in that particular sense, right? And then a lot of them are still also working, 9 to 5s or whatever. They're still working. So it's like they're working, they're making sure the household is in order. And then if you add kids to that, and then if let's say you got pets, that's a lot of stuff you got going on. So even if you're doing that in the perfect environment where you, your mate, and your kids and everybody's all getting along, and we know that is like, a Pollyanna world, so to speak,
right.
It's still stressful, right? Because you're juggling all of these things. So a good tip that I could give everybody is that at night, I have learned, through therapy and all of that, you release everything. Because a lot of times we take yesterday's burdens until tomorrow. Ooh. And when they start to pile up, when you're never releasing those burdens from all of those days past, at some point you're going to just break. So no matter what happens to me throughout the day, before I lay my head on that bed to rest, I release it. I have this practice of too, like maybe something went wrong between me and somebody throughout the day. I re-envision it going well. You understand what I'm saying? I re-envision it going well. I push it out of me, and I will always, to the best of my ability, I don't have a problem apologizing.
Thank you.
Apologizing is a lifesaver and a stress reliever. And people don't have to accept it. That's just not under your control.
That part. Yeah.
But I'm going to give it to you. If I wronged you and I know I did, or you tell me I did, then I don't have no problem apologizing. Right. Whether I think I was wrong or right, if I hurt you, I can apologize, because that's not my was not my intention. But the idea is let it go. Let all that pressure go. Have a good sleep. Wake up the next day and be refreshed and start anew. Right?
Yes, you better teach the people.
Yeah. And I think, and that's why I have this connection to you, Juice. I think when you believe in a higher power, I ain't trying to tell nobody what to believe in or what to do. I think when you believe in a higher power, when you got that prayer life, when you got that connection, when you have something, and it don't even have to be anything deep, because I'm very short and quick with my prayers, because that's what I know, right?
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
I sometimes say, God, okay, God, help me, because I'm about to lose it here. I'm about to lose it. I talk a lot in my head, but believe it or not, God answers.
Yes.
Like a lot in my head, I'd be like, God, I'm in this situation right now, and I don't even know what to do. And I promise you, the man answers.
There go your answer.
Help all the time comes along the way. And
Yes.
and I give people, I always tell people my intentions, because we need good people around us too, to help us stay on the path we're trying to go. You understand? Because sometimes you will get a message from a friend to tell you, don't address that. Let it go.
Let it go.
Don't go there. We're going to be all right. And then you know what you're like.
Don't hold on to it. Let it go. Diva, you're speaking nothing but facts. And if we women can learn, like you said, the apology on our side, that is our release.
Yes.
The acceptance of them accepting it is not part of our release.
Yeah.
It is not. But you guys, it is so important to make sure that your body's good. Now, the video that you brought up, Diva, had so many great points. It spoke about cholesterol. It spoke about smoking. It spoke about exercising, that not enough activity, doing enough physical activity during the day. And I love his tips on it. Doesn't have to be, a whole bunch of stuff,
Right.
Do find something that you can do. The high blood pressure, the diabetes, all of that. Diabetes, some of it, not all of it, but some of the diabetes is really based on what we eat. What we eat. And so when you were playing that video, Diva, I said, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to go in this kitchen and find something that's sweet and throw it right in the trash.
Trash it.
I got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere.
I got to motivate myself. If you all want to challenge and take part of that challenge, also go in the kitchen, find something that's sugar that you need to do without. Throw it in the trash. Why am I going to do that? Because that's going to be my first step for myself of, okay, I'm taking from this video, I'm learning something, it's going to help me. I'm not just going to watch this video and go back to my same old life.
Right.
I'm going to say something. I'm going to learn from this, because this is going to help me with my life. So let's start somewhere.
Yeah, I agree with you. So just as much as we unconsciously train our body to crave the sugar and all the stuff that we crave. And so you have to make a conscious effort to untrain your body from craving those particular things. And you got to fight back, because it's not going to be easy. You got to fight back. But when you get over that hump, trust me, you're going to feel better. You're going to do better, and all is going to be well.
Yes.
So I was a big sugar head. And I got my triggers. Every now and then I see it, I get the shaking. I want to grab it. But I was a huge sugar head. I could live on sugar all day and not have a problem with it, right? And didn't have to have a full meal. But I knew it was wreaking havoc on my body. And slowly I weaned myself off. So, I have whatever I have every now and then, but I nowhere have it nearly as much as I used to.
There you go.
Now,
she spoke also on the video regarding finding places. And in the video also that you showed, it says a lot of women don't have access to the medical care that they need. So we don't want that to be a reason to stop you from getting your mammograms and checking for your fibroids. You guys, if you would use the great tool of Googleization, the Google, it can share with you so much stored up information that it has. As I did, I found this beautiful website on the Google search. This is a company here in the state of Georgia, and they are on a mission to help women to get their mammograms checked. So much so that they will offer their services for free, you guys. Free. Free. I'm going to drop their website link in the comment section here. There are some stipulations that you have to meet in order to qualify for the free programs. And they are looking for organizations. You can be a church, you can be a business, a retail store, a corporation, whatever it is, or just a bunch of group of friends that say, listen, we want for women to get checked. I think there is a minimum count that you have to have, and they will come out to you. They'll bring their truck out to you and do these mammograms for free. The company is called here, this is the organization, Sisters by Choice. It's called Sisters by Choice. And I spoke to one of the directors there, and let me tell you, she is one of these people that says it is so important to me that women get checked that this organization was established. And it is to really get women to get out here and get checked, you guys. So for you that may say, listen, I don't have the, insurance like that, or I don't have the ability to get out there. Listen, look, here's a mobile clinic right there. There's a mobile clinic. They'll come to you if you're in the area. And get this, you may say, well, I'm not in Georgia, so how can I still get access to something like this? Google in your area, free mammogram. Just put it in a Google search and see what comes up. And then, call the organizations, talk to them. But you guys go out there and do the research. Now, I'm going to drop this link. And if any of you have any links that you have verified, any ones that you have verified that offer services, I would go ahead and offer for you to drop those in the description as well. But please make sure that you verify that the organizations, first of all, are established, and then that you actually spoke to someone to make sure that they're still in operation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, that's the reason why I said before I put anything up here, I called. I said, okay, now y'all still doing it? What y'all doing? It's real. So I have verified this one location. So shout out to sisters over here, Sisters by Choice. Shout out to them. Y'all check them out. I'm dropping the link in the description right now. Dio, I'm going to turn it over to you. Let's continue to help the ladies.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. And it triggered an idea in my head. So I have my mother dealt with breast cancer and survived. I have one of my very best friends dealt with the breast cancer and survived. It's a very scary thing. It's a very scary thing. Yes. And it's just, it's yeah, it's getting me emotional, but it's a very scary thing. And the best thing I could say to everybody is get checked. Get checked. And so maybe, you know what, I do go for my mammogram every year. And I will say this, mammograms to the ladies, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot, honey. The way they got to twist and smush you up in that machine, I wish somebody come up with something different. And I now get the 3D one, which and you know what I don't like, Juice? I don't like how when they come up with a new innovative way that kind of is a little bit less pressure on the people, on us ladies, then the insurance doesn't cover the new and innovative way, because 3D mammograms is not always covered by everyone's insurance, right? Right. It's less pictures because it kind of, I don't know how to explain it, y'all, the technical stuff of it all, but I know they could take less pictures because the pictures they do take, they really get to see everything just like that. But the 3D mammograms are not always covered. So call your insurance company ahead of time before you go to get your mammogram and find out, is 3D covered? Yes. And then you find out, and if 3D is covered, then you find out whatever facility you're going to get said mammogram that, if they have the 3D ones. Now, somebody said something, Michelle said something about the 3D one in there. I don't know if you could bring that up. I don't know what she's saying. Lord, and don't let them screw up and have to repeat the process. Yeah, Michelle said it. She said, Lord, and don't let them screw up and have to repeat the process on the 3D one. Woo! See, 3D ones for me, it's quicker and it's faster. Oh, you know what other tip I have, Juice?
What's that? What's that?
Wherever you go to get your mammogram, go to that same place every year if possible. And
Yes.
you know why? Yep. The reason why I'm saying that is because they will readily have your film from previous years so that they can compare in case they see anything different.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So really, consistency of going to the same providers whenever possible. I ain't telling you to stay with a bad provider, but if you go to the same provider and then you come and you have a sort of a complaint or an issue with something, that provider knows you and it's like, okay, you saying now your arm is hurting all day. They know you, and they know that you don't just come saying your arm is hurting for no reason. Everybody kind of connecting with me with that. When you get providers that know you, they're going to know your temperament, and they're going to know, like, you know what, I'm going to run these 10 tests right away because I know that ain't you. Versus a new provider that may say, take this pain med and come see me in 2 weeks if the thing still persists.
Come on now. Building a relationship really can really help you out. So much so. It can really help you out. So much so. So you guys get the tools, get the tips, go out there and take care of your health. Thank you, Holy Spirit. But while you go into the doctor checking, let's go back to what Dee was saying, because this is resonating with me. Taking care of your body with what you eat as well.
Yeah.
Taking care. Now, I don't think they have really said where a lot of the fibroids come from. I really haven't studied that. So forth. Various people have various things, and until I can get something that's really accurate in the statements, I just don't bring them out. But I do say that we do need to still be cautious of what we eat. Make sure that we check our bodies. Make sure that we get the weight off. I'm gonna testify. I'm in the group of I need to lose this weight. I need to get up and do better. So you guys, I had one doctor told me, you are this height, you need to be this weight. And I looked at him like, you got to be kidding me. And he was like, no, I am not. And I didn't even have to say it. He looked and he knew what I was saying. He was like, no, that's the weight you're supposed to be. And I was like, what? And he showed me my BMI chart. And I was like, oh, this thing wrong. So you guys, don't get mad at the doctor for telling you the truth.
Right.
They're telling us the truth. We have got to do better. Thank you, in my opinion, for this beautiful information. Thank you. Yes. So find ways to get your health together. But thank you, Holy Spirit. One of the main ways you can get your weight and your body together is to maintain what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be physically active. We're supposed to get off the sofa. We're supposed to go for walks. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You're not supposed to tell your kid, go over there and get me the remote. Get up.
Oh, don't do that.
Listen, give me the remote. No, get up, mama. Go to the mailbox, mama. Come on, daddy. Come on.
That's facts. Listen, I'll be laying in my bed with my son. He away at college now. I would call his name, and he'd be like, "Yes, mom." And our rooms is literally this close together. I'd be like, "Do me a favor, turn off my light for me and close it." That's true. Listen, I got a nephew. My nephew is, well, matter of fact, later today we're going to at my sister's house. It's going to be a little birthday party for him, family dinner, right? Birthday dinner. Anyway, you know how he lost all his weight?
What's that?
By walking, because he doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a car, so he will walk to work and back home from work. See? And when I saw him, I said, "How you?" He had a stomach and everything. He lost it all walking.
Oh.
He didn't lift the weight. He was walking. He lost all that weight.
And probably was eating the same thing that he was eating before. You see, walking and water are two things you want to put in your system because they are the simplest things and they do the best for your body. Walking and water.
Walking and water.
I love it. So you guys, it's important. It's important. Get these mammograms, get these fibroids checked, get it checked. And you might have to, thank you, Holy Spirit, you might have to do this. You might have to go to your OBGYN and say, listen, I don't have no symptoms, no signs, no nothing, but I still want you to check me.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And get preventative care.
preventative care. And you know what? They may say, sure, we'll do it, not a problem. Because remember, they're just as busy as we are.
Mm-hmm.
Look how many charges that they may have, and look at like my doctor per se. I was going to my doctor all that time. He had never requested that I get a fibroid check. Never, never, never. It wasn't until I went in and said, man, this back right here and this swell of my back right here. And then that's when the light bulb went off for him. And he was like, okay, this is what we need to check for.
Right.
But had I maybe had that preventive and said, listen, doc, I think, I just want to get checked. I've been hearing this talk about fibroids. Let me just go ahead and get checked. Maybe I wouldn't have even had to deal with the pain per se.
Or that part.
Or at least have known that when the pain hit, okay, this is what it's coming from.
Yeah.
So you guys, it's important. Sometimes you have to ask your doctor. You got to tell your doctor, it's time. Let me check this, Go ahead, girl.
Yes, I love that. So yeah, don't just simply, you don't need a gym membership, and you start out, if all you got today is 5 minutes to go out and walk that 5 minutes straight and come back in your house, start there.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have still, by my doctor, I still have about a good 20 pounds. And people like, where? It's there. Y'all just ain't see me stand up in all the other places where it is, but it's there. Okay. And from last year, believe it or not, I lost 15 pounds. Yeah, I lost 15 pounds. So I still got more to go. But it's about also too, I think that the world gives us these quick fixes, right? And not if you need it, but to the best of our ability, stay away from it. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yes.
I know we want it going like that, but usually those fad things, they come back to bite us. And the stuff I'm reading about this Ozempic, Wegovy, whatever you want to call it.
Talk to them.
It's wreaking havoc in people. And I think if you do it one step at a time, it also helps your brain and mind to know I can get there without all of these fast, quick fixes, right? If you drink 7 cups of tea today, drop 1 cup and replace it with water. We ain't telling you go cold turkey.
Come on
and
now.
And then after that, you drop 2 cups and replace it with water. And eventually your body will no longer crave it. Y'all know I was the Starbucks queen. They haven't seen me in months. I go there every now and then, but I used to go every day.
Wow.
It was a habit too. It wasn't even, you know what? I had to tell myself, you don't even really want it like that. It was a habit.
A habit.
It was a habit that I had to break. You remember that show Cheers?
Yes.
You remember the theme song for it? Everybody wants to go where everybody knows their name.
Yes.
We all want to have a sense of belonging. It was something about when I went to that Starbucks, they knew who I was. They knew my drink before I ordered it, and they would get it for me. I think I really got used to that versus really used to the drink. But me drinking what I was getting was killing me slowly. But I was used to the comfort of all these different Starbucks. They knew me. They knew my son. They made our drinks before we even ordered them. You see the conscious level of what was happening there?
Yes.
And I have to think about all of that and break that habit that was killing me.
And that's what we do. We put this on ourselves. I mean, we could listen. I remember my daughter at the time, she was probably 20 at the time. And somebody was telling me, I hadn't seen in a while, and they saw me and they were like, oh my goodness, Virginia, you look good. You still got a little weight. And I was like, oh girl, this baby weight. And they were like, you had a baby? I said, yeah, I did. And they were like, really? Oh, you baby. I said, she got 573 months.
That's cute.
Whatever it was.
That's cute.
And they were like, Regina, you got it. I was like, you're right. I cannot blame this on baby weight. I can't do it no more. So the weight that we put on our bodies, this is us. This is what we did to us. So it's going to take us to get it off. But you guys, we can do this together.
Yes.
We can do this together. Sharing information as far as what we can do and what you have to do. And I see in the comments you guys are putting there. And thank you all. Continue to put that in the comments. what you've done to get the weight off, and what you've done to help you with these things that happen in your health life. I'm loving this, so share it. I saw somebody mention they don't like the water too much. I am not a big water fan either. Y'all, I do have my bottle here.
Right.
I'm not a big water fan, but I do get the water pack, the packets that you put in. I make sure it's 0 sugar, because
Yes.
packets, if you get the wrong one, you could have your whole bottle full of sugar. So make sure I get the 0 sugar.
Yes,
And
I do. I do too.
And with that, Diva, I could drink 4 or 6 of these bottles a day.
Yes.
With that, So
Yeah.
that's make sure I get the 0 sugar, because 6
Yeah.
of these. But find something that's going to help you get that water intake. It is so important. I went out of town on for Thanksgiving week.
Mhm.
And I was at the hotel, and I kept, walking around, and I would just all of a sudden, Diva, my body would just go zoom. Like I would just feel drained all of a sudden. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
So immediately when I got back, of course, I ran to my doctor's office. I probably unlocked the office for her and let her in. But she said this to me. She says, you were dehydrated. And I was like, what? She said, how much water did you drink while you were out? And I said, I can't even remember. She said, that's a problem. She says, you should be able to know how much water you drink every day. And she says, you were dehydrated, and that was causing your body to just go down. It messes with your sugar, your sugar levels. And so my sugar level was dropping, boom, and I wasn't even realizing it.
Right.
So when I got back home and I started drinking a whole bunch of ton of water, I felt that problem went away. So some of it is just, we have to be aware of even when we're out of town, make sure that you still continue that intake.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You said a word right there. We should know how much water we drunk for the day.
That's what she told me.
That is going to stick right here. That is going to stick right there. That's a good tip right there. If you don't know how much water you drunk for the day, then you didn't drink enough.
Come on. If I can't say, I think I drank a bottle. No. Get that intake.
I want to get up right now and get my water. Woo, that is good.
I love it. I love it. Diva, what else we got for the beautiful people? I'm loving y'all in these comments.
Yeah, we love y'all. Listen, yes, do whatever you got to do and add to your water so you can get it in, right? Speak to a healthcare professional, because nothing is a one-size-fits-all. Maybe this worked for person A, but it's not going to work for you because you got some other stuff going on. Where if you try to do what they did, it's going to be detrimental to your health. Right?
Ooh, it ain't gonna fit you the same way.
It's not. And so also to utilize your insurance card.
Thank you.
Use it. Don't just let it collect dust. Use it. You can call your insurance 1-800 number and you can get hooked up with a nutritionist. Sometimes they give you 3-4 visits for free before you have to pay. And maybe those 3-4 visits will help you get on the right track. Utilize your benefits. Also, there are some jobs where they call it, I want to say it's EAP. I hope I'm doing that right. Where you can go see a therapist and about 3 to 4 or 8 visits will be free. When I say free, meaning you don't even have to pay your copay, because sometimes you have to sort things out. Like a therapist is not just, oh, I broke up with my husband. I broke up with my man. The kids are driving me crazy. Sometimes it's just you got to talk your life through to a person that doesn't have any investment in who you are, what you are, and anything that's going on in your life. They can be 100% neutral because they don't know you.
Right. Right.
Sometimes you need that, because sometimes your friends will give you advice based upon their own feelings or whatever. Sometimes, unfortunately, I hate to tell this to you, your friends will give you advice because they don't want to see you make it. But that's going to be a whole, we have to do a whole nother show on that, Juice.
We need to do that. We need to do that.
Yeah. They give you advice because they don't want to see you make it. And sometimes you have friends that they good when you down at the bottom and they have to give you. But then as soon as you come and start rising to the top, then all of a sudden they got problems.
See?
because they don't want to see you win.
Come on now.
And when you have those type of people in your life, it can wreak havoc on your mental, your health, and all that. In the meantime, you thinking it's everything else, and it's because you got this particular person in your life that's dragging you down in the gutter and wishing over you no good. To your face, they telling you they want to see good, but behind you, they wishing you just fall and burn.
We're gonna title that friend or foe.
We got work to do this year, don't we?
We got a lot of work to do. But you know what? It's so true, because I have seen some people go out, and I've seen girls laughing at their friends that are there, you know, that were heavier set. I saw this one time, and I wanted to jump across and be the black mama in the room, but I was like, hold on, there's too many other people in here that's not of me, and I don't want them to feel like, you know. But I saw an incident once where these girls were laughing at their friend. She was a heavier size, and they were laughing. And I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Why are you sitting at the table with them? They're not even your friends. And so we have to be able to identify, thank you, Holy Spirit, and we have to be able to be willing to let go.
That part.
You know, I always say it's easy to let go, because what you let go, God will refill anyway. So be okay with letting it go, letting them go. And sometimes what you holding on to is blocking what need to come in.
Ooh,
so be okay with letting it go. Be okay.
That's a word right there.
Absolutely. Be around people that's going to help you meet your goal, that want to see you win, truly want to see you win. If they say it behind your back, know that it's a good thing. But if they say it behind your back and they can't say it to your face, let them go.
Let them go.
Let them go. You want to get to a mission. And you know what? Thank you, Holy Spirit. And sometimes you need to know how to walk alone.
Yeah.
A lot of us women, sometimes we feel like we can't walk alone and we can't do it. I used to always get so mad, and I would tell my husband back in the day, this, you know, we were young married couple. I used to tell my husband, I said, I can't lose this weight because you won't work out with me. And child, God corrected me one day. He was like, don't put that on him.
Don't put that on him.
Don't put that on him.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to walk alone. Get your weight together. Go out there and walk down the street or walk in your house. I told my husband on our Happy Marriage series we did this week, I said, shoot, we could go walking through the house. Just, you know, I know it's cold outside, but got a treadmill right here. And the thing just sitting there like, I'm here. Or you got hallways, you know, you could put on a YouTube video and do you some Zumba or something. Put you on a dance thing. Some of y'all love to dance.
No excuse.
Do something.
It's no excuse. Yeah, it's no excuse. There was a grandmother who in her home just walked around her living room.
Come on, tell
and
me.
lost a bunch of weight.
We can do it. We can do it, you guys. Come on. We can do it. I want us the next time that we bring up talking about fibroids and mammogram, because we're going to repeat this, because this is a message worth repeating, because so many people aren't aware. And so many people feel as though they're too young to hear these messages.
Right.
But it's not, you guys. I recently had my second colonoscopy. And I want to bring this up real quick because it's important. And Chadwick Boswin, he passed away from incident. I believe it was, correct me, Diva, it had something to do with his
colon cancer. He had colon, did he have colon cancer? He had some type of cancer.
And so that really made me awaken to, we have to get out here and get these tests. And when I went there to do my colonoscopy, I was talking with the nurse there, and she said, you know, they're making this colonoscopy test younger and younger. People have to get it younger and younger ages, because it used to be, it was, you know, you have to be over 50, then they drop it down to 40. Now they're in the 30s now. So it's important. And it's sad to say that there are a lot of young people that are passing away from colon cancer, you guys. So these things that we're telling you, we're not here just to get clicks and likes and views. We're here to really help save lives. We're trying to do our part, and you can do your part by sharing this video and sharing the information and just telling somebody, hey, have you ever had a mammogram? You know, maybe you want to check out getting one. You know, have you ever, you know, check to see if you have fibroids? Come on, women, help each other. You know, we can build each other up and save each other's lives. Well, you're right, Holy Spirit. While you're talking about somebody dressed and how they look, why don't you go over there and ask them if they had a mammogram or a fibroid test? Come on now.
Or why don't you even set up with your girlfriend that maybe never went, and y'all go to get your mammogram on the same day?
That's right. That's right.
And support each other. I do have one more video I'd like to share.
Let's do it.
All right, let me share this screen here.
Do not drink your calories. You better tell them, Renaissance, don't be drinking your calories.
Child, can I tell you that's what I used to do at the darn Starbucks? I would buy a chai tea latte. If y'all see my chai tea latte out there, tell her I miss her.
Tell her, hey, girl, hey, keep on going. Y'all don't pick her up now. Don't pick her up.
Don't pick up. Just tell her I miss her. All right, you ready for me to hit play?
Yes, go ahead, girl.
Well, we all know January is the time of year many of us are focused on losing weight. If you need some inspiration, Art Holiday has found just the right person.
In a 5 on Your Side original, we meet Jessica Slaughter, who's become very opinionated when it comes to food and exercise.
Even as a kid in Mississippi, I was always the fattest kid in the class. You know, I got teased a lot. I didn't know how to stop eating fried chicken, bacon and eggs, desserts like cakes and pies.
For 86-year-old Jessica Slaughter, food choices have changed a lot since she was picked on by her classmates.
Salads, veggies, oranges, peppers, celery.
That's one of the healthiest refrigerators I've ever seen. A magazine article shows the before and after, how she began transforming her body and her lifestyle to lose 120 pounds when she was in her 70s. Losing weight is hard, being overweight is hard. Jessica chose the first hard over the second.
Yes, I chose losing weight over staying fat. Yeah, I just didn't want to just die like that.
So what size were you wearing when you were at your largest?
20. I wear size 22, dress size 22, and it was getting tight.
And now you are what?
Today I wear a 4.
Jessica eliminated meat and became a vegan.
Banana, orange, grapes, tomatoes, and this is my cereal.
Pretty healthy.
That's what I have for breakfast.
Then she started walking.
I just made a decision. I'm just going to walk a certain amount of time every day.
In her tiny 1-bedroom apartment.
And I started, seeing the results of it, so I just continued to do it.
She even uses technology to keep track of her steps.
My granddaughter told me, she said, well, Mama, get your Fitbit. I said, what the hell is Fitbit? Every day.
Now that Jessica knows about Fitbit, she's turned her morning walk in the living room and kitchen into a healthy habit.
I walk 3,000 steps every morning before I stop walking.
Jessica says she has a message for her fellow seniors. You don't have to go fast to get into shape. You just have to go.
I just want seniors to know just because we've gotten a certain age, we don't have to stop living. I want to tell them that there's a better way of life if they choose.
Jessica told me she was addicted to alcohol and food and had to conquer both of them to lose 120 pounds and keep it off. Now she's no longer pre-diabetic. She says going vegan may not be for everyone, but says you have to think about what you eat and how much you move. And it seems to be working for her. Now at 86, she says it's never too late to go to the gym or, in her case, walk around your apartment. And her daily 3,000 steps takes 20 to 25 minutes.
I mean, you have to have a lot of willpower to do that in your 1-bedroom apartment, don't you?
And go vegan.
Yeah.
Haven't we all learned that the hardest part of exercise is from here to here?
For sure.
Convincing yourself to do it day after day.
And she's not letting all this snow keep her down. She's showing us, no, you can just walk around your house, people.
Well,
right?
She says she's a little fearful about going outside. One, falling, and obviously there are safety issues.
Right.
That's not an issue in her apartment.
All right, Art, thank you.
Wow. Amazing, Diva.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, child, she just made me feel bad about myself, child. And she marching up in the 3,000 steps in the morning. Okay, let me go find me a Fitbit. I could not. My husband bought me a watch too to track my walking. Y'all take notes. All y'all who haven't been walking should be feeling bad in these comments right now. Y'all should be.
Come on now. You know she's a living example of when there's a will, there is a way. And he said it all starts from here up.
Yes.
Here up. When you make up your mind, and this comes to anything, when you make up your mind that you want it and you're going to do it, you can get it done.
You can.
Here up. Here up. So we're asking y'all today, anything. It's not their way. It's not the way. It's your way. And you making up your mind that this is going to change from this moment on. You can start today. You don't have to wait till Monday, next week, till you get a gym membership, till you get your mind right, till you be able to afford certain food. You can start today. And we came to you today with this message because we just want you to do what's best for you, but start today. Start today. She did this in her 70s.
Love it.
So that tells you too, it's never too late.
Never too late. Y'all, I'm finna go in this kitchen. And I'm finna get it in order. Kitchen, about to be in order kitchen. And when I'm finished in there, I'm finna head over to the grocery store and I'm gonna make sure my refrigerator look like hers because I want my body to look like hers. Look at that. And another thing that I took away from that, Diva, is her with the age, her joints. She's still moving. She's 86. She's still moving. And you guys, you can't say, well, it's too late. I'm like this now. I done it. She started when she was 70.
Yes.
Said she started when she was 70, you guys. So like Diva said, stop putting it off. Come on, you guys. We can do this as a collective team.
Yes.
We are going to make it happen. Let's get the weight off. Let's get our bodies together. And she was pre-diabetic, but she's not no more.
Come on
she
now.
did what worked for her, and you guys are going to find what works for you. So let's all do it. Thank you so much, Shayna. Thank you so very much. You guys, beautiful comments in here. Thank you, Diva, for joining us. Thank you for being here today. Thank everybody for being here. Now, if you guys want to watch this on a replay, all these comments will still be up on both the channels, this collaboration channel. If when you go, when you're watching this on the replay, if you don't see the comment that you're like, well, hey, I wanted to get that comment. If you don't see it here, go on over to Diva's channel and look through her comments. Now the live comments will show about 48 hours after this live airs. Okay. That's when you can go back and see the live replay comments. Okay. So don't feel like, hey, the comments have disappeared. No, YouTube has it where it takes about 48 hours and then the live comments will show. There's a button on there. Just press it over. Most of you know how to do it by now. But if you need some assistance with that, just inbox me because I just found out myself. So, you know.
You're telling me something new. I'm sitting here like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Thank you. Let's see. Look at education on a Saturday, all the way around.
Yes, those live comments will show up. Okay, they will be there. There's two dots there. You're just gonna hold it and move it over, move the comments over, and you'll see the live comments. But you guys, it has been a pleasure. Diva, thank you so very much for taking time out of your super busy day for sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. And you know, I always gonna pray blessings to those that bless me because that's what my father said. He said he would bless those that bless me. And I am praying exceedingly abundantly above all that you can think, the blessing to be poured back onto you because you're doing this from a place where you're not being selfish about it. You really do want women's health to be better. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you sharing this with our channel as well. Thank you so very much. Everybody in the comments, love y'all. I love how beautiful y'all were in these comments. Love you. Israel, I did see your comment on men's health. He said men's health is important too. I'm going to talk to some men and we need to have that conversation on panel as well. You guys, this has been great. Diva, let's give the people some closing thoughts real quick and let's get on out of here so you can get over there to that celebration, girl.
Listen, guys, if y'all get anything from this conversation, utilize your health benefits. If you don't have health benefits, look into programs within your state that will help you get some type of health insurance benefit. Help is out there. We want you to stay healthy. We want you to think about what you're putting into your bodies every day. And if you don't get anything else, move. You don't need a gym membership. You see, girlfriend walked in her house, her 1-bedroom apartment, 3,000 steps. Come on now. And she said she had to kick a food habit and an alcohol habit.
Two of them.
Two vices. And we love y'all. We want to see y'all live your best healthy life.
That's right. We all going to do it together. Thank you so much, Diva. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe out there. Come on now. Make a move today.
Yes.
All right. Y'all stay blessed out there. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.